Hello everyone, this is Dr. Zabiullah, working as Assistant Professor of Management Studies in Government First Grade College, Gauribidnur. Welcome to the third session on dividend decision. The objective of this session is to highlight some of the provisions under Companies Act 2013 in relation to dividends. Section 123 of the Companies Act 2013 gives various rules and guidelines regarding dividend declaration and payment. Some of these rules are: number one, right to recommend the dividend lies with the board of directors. The board of directors have got the right to recommend the dividend. Only when the board of directors recommend a dividend, the shareholders can declare the dividends at the annual general meeting. But shareholders cannot insist the directors to recommend the dividend. Even if there are sufficient profits and the directors feel that distribution of dividend is undesirable in the interest of the financial stability of the company, they can refuse to recommend the dividend. Number two, right to declare the dividend lies with the shareholder. Board of directors have got the right to recommend the dividend. Shareholders have got the right to declare the dividend. Only the shareholders in the annual general meeting can declare the dividend. The board of directors determine the rate of dividend to be declared and recommends it to the shareholders. The shareholders will pass a resolution in the annual general meeting and declare the dividend. The shareholders can either accept the same rate of dividend as recommended by the board of directors, or they can reduce the rate of dividend, but they cannot increase the rate of dividend recommended by the board of directors. Number three, dividend is payable out of profits only. The company can declare and pay dividends only when there is a profit. Dividend is payable only out of the profits. If there is no profit, there can be no distribution of dividends. According to Companies Act, a dividend can be paid only out of the profits of the current financial year or out of the profits of the previous financial years, or any amount which is provided by the central or state governments for the purpose of paying dividend. A company cannot pay dividend out of its share capital. Share capital cannot be used for making payment of dividend to the shareholders. If the company pays dividend out of the share capital, it amounts to breach of trust. It is against the memorandum of association and hence it is considered to be void. The directors shall be responsible if the dividends are paid out of the share capital. Number four, provision for depreciation. As it was told earlier that dividend can be paid only out of profits. The profit should be arrived only after providing for depreciation for the current year and also for all the outstanding depreciation, the arrears of depreciation or loss in any of the previous years. Number five, setting off the previous year losses against the current year profit, means adjusting the previous losses against the current income. If there are any losses that the company has incurred during the previous financial years after 1960s, such losses can be adjusted, they can be set off against the profits of the current year before declaring dividend. Number 6, payable only in cash. The dividend is payable only in cash. However, a company can capitalize its profits or reserves by issuing bonus shares or for making partly paid up shares into fully paid up shares. There are no restrictions, no prohibitions on paying dividends in the form of stock dividend or any other form of dividend. Number 7, transfer to reserves. Every company before declaring any dividend has to transfer a certain percentage of its profits not exceeding 10% to the reserves of the company. This percentage is prescribed by the central government. So the transfer should be at not exceeding 10% of the profits. If the proposed rate of dividend is more than 10% but less than 12.5% of paid up capital, then at least 2.5% of the current profits should be transferred to reserves. Likewise, you have different rates which has been prescribed by the central government for transferring the amount of profit to the reserves. So at not more than 10% of net profits should be transferred to the reserves of the company. Number 8, time limit for payment. When a dividend is declared, it should be paid within 42 days from the date of its declaration. When the dividend is declared, it will become a debt due from the company. If the company does not pay the dividend within this period, every person who is a party to the default is punishable with simple imprisonment of 7 days and also with a fine. Number 9, unpaid dividend account. If the dividend is declared but not paid within 7 days after the expiry of 42 days, the company should transfer the amount of unpaid dividend to a separate account with any of the scheduled banks opened under the name unpaid dividend account in the name of the company. So if there is any unpaid dividend, it has to be kept in a separate account with any of the scheduled banks opened in the name of unpaid dividend account in the name of the company. And finally, transfer to general reserve account. Any amount transferred to unpaid account which remains unpaid or unclaimed for a period of 3 years should be transferred by the company to general reserve account of central government. So if the amount is not claimed or if it is not paid for a period of 3 years after transferring the amount to unpaid dividend account, such amount will be transferred to general reserve account of central government. However, the person to whom the dividend is payable, he can claim the amount from the central government. The company which transfers any amount to general reserve account should submit a statement containing information such as the nature of amount, the name of the persons who are entitled to receive the amount, their addresses, amount due to them, and so on. So these are some of the rules regarding the payment of dividend and declaration of dividend according to Companies Act of 2013. Thank you.